Hey guys, it's Darth Mando. Clearly, you know. I was planning on starting to streaming more and even just doing game streaming and ranting and talking. But I'm going to be and I'm letting you guys know rather than just disappearing. Um, I'm going to be taking some time off from the internet. Um, I may be on Twitter a bit, so you can find me there. I don't know if I posted my Twitter link in here. If not, it's in one of the other videos. It's also in my profile, my info and stuff. Short end of a long, messy story. A friend of mine, who I was the one who I was pushing to raise money to raise for his meds. I was sick, and he was being annoying as normal. He does that. He was a cranky old guy, but me and the missus haven't heard from him in about 2 weeks, so we thought we'd go check on him. I was feeling better and whatnot. I got my first vaccine, so it was all like, yeah, let's go check on how he's doing, just cheer him up. When we got there, the back door was open. Well, the inside back door. Well, first thing we noticed is we usually drive around the back to see if the car's parked in the back, because that usually means he's gone out and just parked back there first, or he's going out or something. We usually check there first. Or if he's home, he'll sometimes just in his garage and listen to music with the door open partially. So it was the first way we could tell if he was home or not. The back gate was open, and he never used the back gate. He always went through the garage to get to the back lane. So I had my wife go park in front, and I went into the house. The house was actually ransacked. Some stuff, there was still a bunch of stuff there. They were looking clearly for quick money and stuff that they knew that they could sell, or just cash. I don't know how long they were there for, but his bedroom was just, and at first I wasn't sure if it was him doing it out of anger, because sometimes he got frustrated and stuff if he was trying to do stuff and moving things around. And he was an organized mess type of guy. But I checked everywhere. His pet turtles were gone. The house was gone through. Things were missing. Things were still there, but I was calling for him, couldn't find him at all. So I went to the garage. We had keys. That's how we got it. That's how we were planning on getting in if there was no sign of him being there or the doors were locked. The garage was unlocked, and we went and checked in for a bit to see if the car was there, because if the car wasn't there, that means he wasn't home, and because he wasn't answering calls, he wasn't answering messages, so that's one reason we went there, and to surprise him. But the car was there, and so I go back in the house, relook, because there's a chance if he passed out or something, like in the bedroom or something, or if he got into a fight and people were there. So I re-looked in the rooms I looked in, and then I finally decided to go to the basement. The lights were off. His bedroom light was on, but the basement light was off, so I didn't do that. And there are old stairs in there. It's not safe, so I was going to do that last. So I turn the lights, and as I'm heading downstairs, I can already see him laying there. I saw feet. I didn't know at first because I was just looking. And as I got down the stairs, I saw him more. He was gray, his eyes were white, and it was a clear sign that he was no longer with us. I don't know the cause. It did not look like there was any altercations, or if there was done to himself. His health has been very poor lately. That's why I was trying to raise money for his meds. He wasn't taking care of himself. He wasn't taking care of his diabetes. It could have been a number of other things that I'm waiting to hear back. I'll probably do an update when I come back. It could be a month. It could be months. I don't know. I made sure my wife didn't go downstairs and didn't see it. It was not a pretty sight. So pretty much in the long run, yeah, what was going to be a quick half an hour visit turned into be like a 5-hour ordeal with cops and whatnot, and multiple times telling my story. If you hear noise in the background, my cats are just being psychotic as fuck, which they usually like to do around this time at 2:30 a.m. because they're waiting for me to go to bed so I can give them treats. Yes, they are spoiled, but well loved. So yeah, that was 2 days ago, or 3 now, I guess, because it's after midnight. I haven't really been sleeping. I haven't really been eating. I haven't really been processing. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. He was a complicated man, and I can't even go quite public with it yet because he was a collector and he has a fair amount of valuables in his house. So if I told the collector community locally, there's a good chance the house would be robbed. And I don't even want this stuff for myself. Like, there's only a handful of things of his I want just because I wanted them or because they were important to him, and I don't want them to go to some asshole who might just sell them. I want to keep them to keep them. And there was some other stuff, but I just don't want him to be disrespected anymore. He lived a complicated life. He didn't get along with everyone. It was a love-hate relationship with a lot of people. And a lot of us, I've been talking to a bunch of the friends who I do trust not to tell anyone, and they all say the same story. And whenever I tell them, they don't know how to react either, because he was the type of guy who had the worst of luck, but he always got back from it, and he always seemed like he was going to survive. He was the type who always said, looking forward to the end, but it never seemed to be coming. Like, no matter what shit he got himself into, he got himself out of it. But yeah, so I get the positive that a bunch of us have agreed to is he's no longer fighting with anyone. He's no longer having stress with things that were going on in his life, which are not mine to say. And yeah, he's at rest. He's at peace. And I'm not getting into a spiritual talk. I'm not very spiritual. I'm not atheist. I was born and raised Jewish, but I don't really practice. I don't really know what I believe in. Like, I don't necessarily, like, I'm not saying there is no God. I just don't see proof of one. But I still sort of believe in an afterlife, because it just seems so hard for me to just that your thoughts, like, as someone who overthinks and whatnot, that it just stops. But he's at peace, he's at rest, whatever's going on now with him is nothing he has to worry about. And I'm going to have to be taking care of a lot of things in the back end, which I've never done before. I don't know what I'm doing. So if anyone has any advice or comments, please feel free to leave them. I also don't know what. I created a GoFundMe, but until I have numbers, I don't want to be pushing it. So if you want to help with anything, I put my Streamlabs in the description. I think that's the only link I put in. And let me go see about. I'm going to do this quickly for the rest of this while I rant. Show. The tip part isn't needed, but that's the Streamlabs. Anything can help. I don't know what costs are going to be just to get stuff out of there, because I'm not actually blood related, even though he was pretty much family. And the police seem quite understanding, but it's up to the ME, so I'm still waiting to find out cause and everything and what I'm doing and what's going on. because if it goes to the government or whatever it's called, I will have to buy some of his stuff from auction. Just stuff I know he wouldn't want it going to strangers or assholes who just want to use it to try and make money off that. That's not what he was about. He collected because he enjoyed his stuff, not for the money. And yeah, so I don't think there's much else. If I think of something or if I just need to chat, I might come here. I really don't know what to do when it comes to the police and doing stuff. I'm sort of up and I'm sort of going and I'm doing it and I'm handling it. But then in between, and just the way I'm so anxious and just the waiting to find out everything is just my anxiety and my depression. So my ups and my downs are both going nuts at the exact same time. And it's just, as people say, I'm in shock. I've been prepping myself for this for a little while. Like I go to a site that shows some questionable, not safe for everyone, not videos of horrible events. And we always knew there was a chance that he might do something himself or something might happen. So I've been preparing myself mentally, but nothing really prepares you mentally. Like, it's one thing if it was a little more recent and we knew when, it had been at least a week. But if we knew what happened, or if we got there sooner and it was more just, it'd be different. But seeing him in that state, it's just, it was him, but it wasn't him. And I'm still expecting to get messages from him, which would tend to usually be him just texting me, calling me a fag or asshole, or what's up? Am I coming to the city? When am I getting him now? Like that sort of thing. Like he was just a pest, but we annoyed each other back and forth, and that seemed to be with a lot of his friends. So I don't even have a lot of people I can talk to locally about this because, yeah, I was able to talk to 2 people, my wife and his doctor, because we shared a therapist for a while. So I knew he was still seeing him, so I thought he might want to know, and so he can contact other medical providers for him since he had connections to them. So I guess that's it. I don't want this to be too depressing or more than it is. If you have any questions, I'll keep an eye on my emails for notifications of comments. Any donation would be a great help right now. And yeah, if you watch us, thank you. If not, then I don't know. Once again, thank you guys for at least watching, whoever 1 or 2 people it might be. Talk to you later. Bye.